as Hollywood, a major function in the Android meme. And the Android meme is not an enemy.
Right.
It has disservices if you don't understand what it's doing. But we love it. We live in it. You're making tapes for it. Every year they seem to put a movie out that relates to me in some way. And you actually look at it. It's actually directly reflects activities that I was doing that year. And Munich did this. What's that one? Desperate. The CIA guy, James D. Langleton, a couple of years ago, the CIA movie. The Good Shepherd? The Good Shepherd, right. The year that was made had stuff about me. SpongeBob had stuff about me that I was doing that year. Basically body surfing. If you notice the end of SpongeBob ends are in the water and they're looking for a wave. Yeah. Well, I had received body surfing here, having not been here for many years. Came back and Jerry and I did it. And Jerry Fialka's last name means purple. It's Czech for purple. And SpongeBob at the end has a purple and green guitar. If you remember, he's on Guitar Mania. You remember that rock playing? But I don't know who it was. I think it was SpongeBob. He mutates into an amazing rock star, right? Well, he's got Bob's colors, purple and green. And they're right in the lyrics. Now, I didn't know this, but a girl knew me who knew a lot about me. She saw the movie, she said, I couldn't believe it. It was all you right in there. So I checked it out, and it is. Now, you can say that's an action, but it happens every year. Wait, what's this year? We got any movies this year, James? What's happened? What's a major movie this year?
Iron Man.
I haven't seen that. No. American Gangster.
American Gangster.
I went and watched that. I saw it on the plane coming out here, and that's a good movie. And it gets into the very interesting complexity. I wouldn't say that's about me, but it makes a short list. We still got a few more months to go. But one of the first movies about me was Blues Brothers. It came out in the late 70s.
Really?
Yes. I wasn't aware of it. I'd seen it, but I didn't think about it. Then my friend saw it, and he said, holy shit, they're dancing like you, Bob. Turned out that my dancing style was the Blues Brothers style. And that was just, I wasn't aware that Andrew and me was doing this to me at that point, but that was one of the first times I started to see, that's me in there. And then it started to pick up from the 80s. Now it happens every year. And most people who know about this, I'll tell them, or they'll tell me, and I say, well, what else are we supposed to think? Of course, that's the way it is, Bob. It's always going to happen. It's a big of course now. Not too, but to new people like you're going to have to think about it. You're going to have to adjust to this fact that I am the core Android meme reflection back to itself.
Well, I think that one can argue.
Sir, are you saying that?
I like when he goes, are you actually saying? Yeah, I'm saying. Just saying. What's that phrase? I'm just saying.
Are you saying that there's a movie out there that's about me then?
Not about you.
Just you?
It's all about him.
I think Speed Racer is about me.
Okay, no, this is a good point. Very important. What is the artistic, socially redeeming factor of all this? I'm the canary in the mine. I'm the first to experience, over the last 20 years, the synchronicity of the Android meme coming back to you. In the future, like in the Matrix, you will be in your little Matrix suit, and it'll be all about you. The news will be about you, blah, blah, blah. You'll get this synchronicity happening in your own face. And so more and more, I've noticed the last 20 years, kids, you'll see them on my website, they go, Bob, it's all about me, and they write all that they see. And they think I'm competing with them. No, I was the first to see that there's a new kind of psychic action going on. Most psychics interact with people and First Nature. But I'm the first to have a psychic interaction with the media landscape. Now kids live in it more and more. They're going to get it more and more. And so he's a perfect example of, he's talking to the original virus that experienced it. Now he's doing it. And more kids, I agree, it's happening more and more. But the Android meme is designing it so that you do think it's about you. That's the shrinking and disappearing Android meme. It's inside you. It's reflecting all this stuff of you. And it seems so appropriate to you. And you didn't know that it had been programmed to do that to you. It's the main thing over the last 10 years is they track your consuming habits, right? Everything you buy, they can track your habits. And then they can trend stuff. It's not that specialized yet, but you see the trend. You're going to really know everything. They're going to be ESP inside you.
So they're going to sell you things more efficiently.
That's right. It's all about efficiency. And they're going to have these...
tailor-made for you.
That's right.
Package.
The speed...
the way you want it in your size and your color.
Right. The speeds of the computers will be able to do that fast. And they're fast enough to assess you, figure you out in a half a second and present something to you.
Keep walking.
What?
Keep walking.
Okay, yeah, through the bench. So Yes, if you think it's about you, go for it.
Well, I would argue.
Well, I was just wondering.
That there's archetypes that exist in people, and just like any movie, a movie's a story, and it's usually a plot-driven melodrama that has conflict. And there's really only a core amount of conflict. So there's a hero, there's a protagonist, there's an antagonist. I think that through these archetypes, through these stories, which is essentially the same stories told in different ways over and over.
Dan Joy said there's 36 possible stories.
Yeah, and everyone finds themselves, they're a character in that story somewhere.
Okay, that's a very good point. If you look at my chart, to map out the characteristics of the android meme, I offer the new periodic table of the second nature. The second chart is about the media archetypes. I use that word. The television ads are extensions of our senses. Our senses are archetypes. Jung talked about this abstract collective unconscious and the archetypes in there. We have to look at cars and bikes and TV screens as archetypal. Not some mystical or something place. It's our communicative inventions from speech on are archetypal. That was McLuhan's insight. Yes, we're going to get forms of archetypes and contents of archetypes, as you were talking about. And it becomes the phrase advertising, advertising, advertising. That's what it's been for a while. The reason it's going to be will. That's what it's going to be. And it is archetypal, but it gets micro and fractal, and then it gets anamorphic. It's not a fractal. It is total Trompe-l'oeil. M.C. Escher painting. The optical
deception of the eye.
Yeah, it's called Trompe-l'oeil.
Trompe-l'oeil.
Yeah, Trompe-l'oeil. Is that how you guys say it?
I took it in our history class. I'm not really.
Is it Trompe-l'oeil?
I can't pronounce French words at all.
Yeah,
so
Trompe-l'oeil.
I'm Italian.
You say, you're Italian. You're handicapped culture there.
My son doesn't do that fancy French stuff.
So say it again your way.
Trompe-l'oeil.
Trompe-l'oeil. Okay. So the anamorphic is the Trompe-l'oeil of reality. I mean, George Bush is an anamorphic president. You could say Reagan was a fractal president. He mimed on the macro level, the small town USA, the people who wanted to be there. So there's a macro and micro interplay there. The anamorphic is not framed to micro and macro. It's nowhere. It's hallucinatory. It's surrealistic. You can't tell what it is. Well, that's Bush. The guy in a post-information society does not communicate. Perfectly resonant with the time. Doesn't read the paper. Doesn't consume anything. Has nothing to say. You can't finish if you had something to say, right? That is where we all are right now in this multimedia post-information society where everybody lives in their own little fantasy that the android means propping up for you. So we're an anamorphic reality. Now, it's not just me. You can read one of my guys on my chart, Arthur Croker. He spells this out in the book Data Track. You ever heard of him?
I've heard the name, but I've never read the book.
Read it. He's got several books, but they're very good. He was a good student of McLuhan. He was a student of Baudrillard and a student of McLuhan. So, just to hear other ways of saying what I'm saying, and that it's not just me making this stuff up. The sociology guys. He's in his 60s. He's got a chair in academia in British Columbia. He's an accomplished professor. And I have done dialogues with him on Eben Ray show here in KPFK. I've done 2 of them. Now I'm going to be on Eben Ray Wednesday night, 2 in the morning going into Thursday morning. If you're listening on the net, call in. If you're up. And first time I've been on a show many times, but the first time I'm going to be. Hey, wait a minute. Let me see. It's the first time. No, just finish that. It's the first time I'm going to be taking calls on her show. Yeah, it could have. I would say it's back here. Okay. Though I get confused. I haven't been here for a while. It's Dudley Cinema. Where's Dudley Street? Dudley Street that way.